The Third Age of Arda saw the rise and fall of the human kingdoms. Gondor and Arnor fell to internal strife, and the kingship of the Dunedain was lost, with the remaining heirs scattering throughout the north. Rule of Gondor fell to the House of Stewards, while Arnor was fractured into 3 separate kingdoms that each would fall one by one. During these years, Sauron once again rebuilt his strength, sending his minions to search for the ring, so that it might restore him to power, and he might take his revenge on the children of Ilúvatar. Yet the ring was hidden for a time in the bottom of the river Anduin, until of course it was found by Smeagol, a creature who became corrupted by the ring's dark power. Smeagol fled to the caves and mountains to live in isolation with the ring, his beloved, his precious. As the years of attachment to the ring perverted his mind, Smeagol became Gollum, a hideous beast whose sole desire forevermore would be possession of the ring. The continued threat of Sauron was not unknown to the Valar, and so they sent 5 Maiar in the form of wizards to Middle-earth, where they would persuade and encourage the children of Ilúvatar to work together and fight united against the coming might of Sauron. 5 wizards, forbidden from using the full power of the Maiar. Saruman the White, the leader of their order, and Gandalf the Grey, the wisest of their kind, set their minds to the west, while Radagast the Brown concerned himself with the forests and the creations of Yavanna. The other 2, Alatar and Palondo, both who wore blue, went into the east of Middle-earth on a mission of their own, and they would never again return to the west. Now the air was set for the coming storm, with the One Ring once again changing hands. In a hole in the ground, there lived a hobbit, Bilbo Baggins of the Shire, who, in the midst of a great and unexpected journey, encountered Gollum and stole from him the precious ring. For years, Bilbo kept the thing as a memento, unaware of its true value. Upon his retirement, Bilbo passed the ring down to his nephew, Frodo Baggins, and by doing so, sealed the lad's fate forever. Gandalf the Grey discovered the true nature of the ring, and was astonished by Frodo's resistance to its corrupting power. Fearing what he might become if he took the ring, Gandalf instructed young Frodo to take it himself to Rivendell, where a council of elves, dwarves, and men would rule on its fate. Frodo was accompanied by his friends, Samwise Gamgee, Peregrine Took, and Meriadoc Brandybuck. Their journey was fraught with perils, as Sauron sent his Nazgûl to hunt down the ring-bearer. Frodo was stabbed by their leader, the Witch King of Angmar, with a Murgul blade, which nearly killed him and left a wound that would be with him the rest of his life. The Council of Rivendell decided that the ring must be destroyed. Frodo volunteered to continue on as the ring-bearer, and so 8 others joined his party, swearing oaths to help Frodo however they are able, so that he might reach Mount Doom and cast the ring into its fires. For only then would it be truly destroyed, and the threat of Sauron truly extinguished. The Fellowship of the Ring included Frodo and his original party, as well as Gandalf the Grey, Aragorn, son of Arathorn, descendant of Númenor, and the displaced heir to the kingdom of Gondor, Legolas, son of King Thranduil of the Woodland Realms, Gimli, son of Gloin, a dwarf of the Lonely Mountain, and Boromir, son and heir of Denethor II, steward of Gondor. Together they ventured deep into the forests towards Mordor and the fires of Mount Doom. Gandalf died protecting the Fellowship from a Balrog, and as the attacks increased, the group broke apart, with only Frodo and Sam continuing on with the ring. It was at this time that the children of Ilúvatar were betrayed by Saruman, chief among the wizards of Middle-earth. He broke his vow to contain his power, and joined Sauron in a quest to dominate the land. Saruman ordered the destruction of the forests so that he might build up a mighty army. This action led to the rising of the Ents, created by Ilúvatar to protect the creations of Yavanna. As the race of men and their elven allies battled Saruman's army at Helm's Deep, the Ents attacked Saruman's fortress, and his forces were destroyed. Saruman himself was cast from the order and brought low, so that he ended his days as a small-time crime boss in the Shire, killed by his minion Grima Wormtongue on the front steps of Bag End. Gandalf, however, by this point had returned to the world in the form of Gandalf the White, brought back by the hand of Manwë and Ilúvatar to complete his great work. After many battles, the forces of men charged the gates of Mordor, giving Frodo and Sam a distraction to cross the barren terrain and reach the fires of Mount Doom. For a time, Frodo is captured and near killed, so Sam takes the ring in order to complete the quest. But he managed to save Frodo and return the ring to him, though he too was now marked forever as a ring bearer. Together they reached the top of Mount Doom, and though Frodo wavered in the end under the corruption of the ring, an attack by Gollum caused the ring to spill out and fall into the fiery chasm, Gollum following the ring even into death. With the One Ring destroyed, Sauron was defeated and extinguished from the world. His fortress fell and his armies were scattered. At the end of the Third Age, Aragorn at last takes his rightful place as King of Gondor, thereby restoring the line of the Dúnedain kings. Gandalf and the elves, meanwhile, choose to leave Middle-earth and return to the lands of Aman. Frodo and Bilbo are honored by the elves as ring-bearers and are allowed passage to the Undying Lands. They would be the first non-elves ever to be granted the right, for they were to meet the Valar and see the glories of Valinor.